The scenario is going to be Destruction. It is a 2015 Steamroller scenario. It includes Kill Box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 point for controlling the zone, 2 points for dominating. You can't do either of those though until you destroy the enemy objective, and doing so will give you 1 control point. You can't do any of the scoring though until the second player's second turn. Alright, here we are on the 6th game of the 2015 Rocky Mountain Cup, and the last game. So I lost the last one, so that means I can't get first. At this point, we're just in it just kind of like, hey, let's see where we place, and might as well have another game before we head on home. And I'm up against Jerry. Now, Jerry knows War Machine very well. He was on Team Canada last year. He's helping to manage the team this year. And when it came down to this, we looked at each other's list. I have, of course, Dene2 and Haley3. He has Dene1 and Scar1. And, I mean, honestly, if I normally saw this, it'd be like Dene2 all day. I'm just going to shoot you up. He is my drop to go up against Cricks and just shoot him down. However, I had a challenge from the advanced maneuver guys saying that they want to see me play Dene1 versus Haley. So I said, Jerry, I don't know what you want to play, but how about this? I'll do my Haley3 and you do your Dene1. I think, it's not that bad of a matchup. I'm not trying to lead you down a false path. I'm just trying to do it for this challenge. And he kind of looked at it and said, you know what? Sure, why not? So I'm getting a little bit of a finger here just because, more of, screw Signar. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. So here's deployment, and what's really going on here is that he won the initiative and wanted to go first, which really makes sense. I got my pick of sides, and even though I had the trench over there, I like this one better because of how I had the woods to my advantage and the hill. And I didn't want to have to deal with the rest of it. I thought this was going to be pretty good. Maybe I should have taken the trench, but either way, this is what we got. Some interesting matchups we got here. Of course, I love to run up and shoot things, and those raiders love to run up and tie things up. Luckily, the Blazers with their gunfighter will hopefully be able to deal with them. We also have a NIST versus NIST situation on the left. I have the advantage of having Murdoch, so I have Assault. I can get my defense up, of course, with Temporal Flux as well, and I can always revive my guys. And then he has, of course, Denny's debuffs as well he could be doing there. So overall, the way I see this one going down is that he's going to be coming at me. I'm going to be trying to shoot him down and just try and space out and try and weather that feat. And once the feat is gone, I really feel that I can just chew through this one slowly. And we'll see what happens. So he gets first turn, then he's getting up there into the trench, and everything else is just zipping on up. No spells are out right now. Nothing really going on. It's just models moving up. Now, of course, his raiders could be way up in my face, but he's not going to do that because I just shoot and kill them all. So they're holding back, kind of waiting until the entire force can kind of hit me at once. Now, his NIST came up a little bit far, and so now I'm going to be deciding to do an assault against them and trying to pick off, at least 4 of them. So that's what I do. Over on the left, I'm going to have the Rangers go first. 2 of them run up. The other ones just get out of the way. They're going to be marking off some of the witches there, and then also the NIST. I'm going to do the assault on the left. I don't think I did the best way I could. I did end up killing 4 of the NIST, I believe, but I did like 2 on each, and I could have really shot a lot more going in the back. I need 7s to hit, and it's better off just trying to space those out, and I could have got more, but that's a good little way to start there. Of course, I have up the Temporal Flux. I bring up the other 2 Haleys. Tactical Supremacy, so they can get further up there too. The gun mages were able to get up there and shoot down 2, I believe, of the witches, so it's something. Otherwise, those Tempests would really be another 5 inches up. I don't know why I kept them so far back. It's kind of a little bit silly. I know that the Raiders will be running in, so I kind of wanted their options open, but they didn't need to be that far back. Then again, they're pretty fast. So otherwise, a little bit of small attrition. I'm giving up 2 Rangers for sure, but I can always revive them back. All right, his turn too, and he's starting to come at me, but not really in the way I thought. His witches go for Incorporeal, and they go rushing over to the left side, since they know that there is all this magical shooting here on the right. Otherwise, he's going to be starting to aim with all of his Nis and shooting back at me, plus coming up with the Arc Node, which is going to power boost with the Siren, and it's going to go and kill off, I believe it was four of my Nis are going to die in the front there. Of course, 2 of those Rangers that are up there are going to die as well. From the guys I killed, he's going to make more Mechanothralls. They're going to run in my face. And this is a situation here. So he really is avoiding the right. And this is where, I mean, my regrets of not having those Blazers further up comes in. If they were further up around where those gun mages were, well, I'm just going to come over and shoot all these guys. But as it is, they're kind of far back and kind of out of the fight. So I feel kind of dumb about that. So what I'm going to be doing now is, again, looking at Assassination. It's not really there. There's not really very much I can do, so I just want to do Attrition. He doesn't have much in the zone. I believe I could also just destroy the objective, destroy the models in there, get a couple of points early, and kind of put up that pressure to kind of force them into me. So back to my turn. He had Crippling Grasp, the Nis, I forgot to mention that, so they can assault, but what happens here is that I upkeep the 2 Haleys. I'm going to put up Temporal Flux again. I'm going to be reviving 2 of the Nis there from the left, and then it's just really trying to clear this stuff out. So having to kill everything in the zone, gun mages shooting what they can, Rangers doing work, Nis doing work, really just trying to kill out everything over here and especially get rid of the zone. Now I was kicking myself because I didn't allocate anything to Dynamo, so I actually didn't think he was going to be able to destroy the objective, but thanks to some hot dice, I was able to pull it off. So at that point, I have 1 control point, and I'm going to have to try and decide what to get into the zone so I can actually score another one and kind of get some real pressure here. And the problem is that I don't actually have a lot of solos in here. The 1 Stormcaller had already been used earlier to kind of clear a model out of the way that I needed dead. The Squire I could throw in there, but that'd be a loss. Maybe the Rangers could have made it, but I didn't think that they had range to it. So really I thought, well, the Blazers aren't doing anything, let's run them over. And, you know, I got a kind of like raised eyebrow on this, like, you just threw away 10 points. But this is a normal play that I do with Haley3. I get these Blazers in front of me, they take up a lot of space, and I can just revive them back. So it's not really that big of a deal. They're defense 17, they're hard to kill. One of the mistakes I did do here is really just the formation. I should have set them up in a better bubble to have 1 model or 2 models further back, while the front ones were kind of blocking charge lanes. But what can you do? I do feel it's going to be very difficult for him to kill them all, and otherwise there's really just them and the 1 Nis in the zone. So hopefully he does dedicate a lot and I'm able to come back and really clean up. Now, this turn was kind of a bunch of craziness and a little bit of oops, so let me just kind of cover this here. What he does here is really starting with Dene1, as I knew that this was going to be her feed turn, but she really just charged right into me. You can kind of see her there in the middle of the zone with the green token. She just kind of charged right in. She had dropped Crippling Grasp and just charged right into my Blazers there. So I was like, oh wow, what's going on here? And then she popped feet and she went for a spray. Now, what she was really trying to do is trying to kill off all these Blazers herself so that the rest of the troops could go rushing on by. And that would have been, frankly, horrendous. And I just didn't expect him to go so aggressive with Dene1. Now, luckily for me, 2 things happened. 1, that spray, he rolls total ass and does nothing with it. So that was pretty bad. Second of all, then he goes for a Scourge to try and knock them down and misses as well. At which point, you know, dice are thrown because, I mean, the odds of that happening were really bad. And yeah, now Dene1 is kind of standing there, and he really needs to get things in the way. So at that point, I kind of thought my Blazer was going to survive, but between all the things attacking and Iokos coming over and killing the last one, he does manage to kill all of my Blazers. Is not able to kill the 1 Nis there, so he's not going to score a point. Plus, he doesn't destroy my objective either. Shoots up some more of my guys, but because of, again, high defense, he doesn't really do very much damage to me. He kills like maybe 1 Nis on the left. That's really it. So at this point here, it's like, well, she is just standing there. Now, I am under feet, and that means I'm -2 focus, which is kind of an issue, but I should be able just to clean this one up. So on my turn, what it really comes down to is I drop Future Haley because I really want to knock Dene1 down. So I come over here, I have to do some shooting to kind of clear some stuff out of the way. Then I move over a ranger, I pop feet with Haley so that now baby Haley will have 4 focus to go for a force hammer. She misses, but since she cast it, then prime Haley can cast it, boost it, slams the ranger into Haley, or not Haley, into Dene1, and then after she's knocked down, it's a simple thing of just dynamo going and pew 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 pew, and she is dead. So it was great. I was feeling awesome. It was like, hooray, I got the win. Plus it was a fast game, so we get to go and check out the top table to see how I was going to finish there. And it wasn't until after that we were filling the sheets, we're like, oh, didn't Scourge miss? Yeah, Scourge missed. Isn't that an AoE? And it was just like, oh no, we had totally forgot about that. Both of us were just like, oh, we were more focused on the fact that how he missed the roll to hit, that we didn't really think of the fact that it was an AoE, and when you miss with that, it still deviates. And since she was so close, it probably would have, caught a lot of them. And what that would have meant is that as the things came in to kill them, the Blazers would have died a lot easier with them out of the way. He could have tried to go after the objective, but more importantly, he could have got models in front of Dene1 to kind of protect her. Now, would it have been enough? I don't know. I mean, putting a Mechanothrall or something in front of Dene1 really just gives me an easier Force Hammer target, but still, she should have been in a much better position. And it was like, you know what? At this point, the game is done. We just decided to go with it. So either way, it was great. I got to do this challenge with Haley versus Dene1, and Jerry as well was looking at getting into some Signar here, and he was really eyeing Haley3, and if nothing else, he's like, wow, Haley3 has a lot of options to her, and really got him pumped to play Haley3. So hey, I could see that as a Signar victory there. If this is still a kind of a debacle of a mess up here that we both missed, but either way, after everything was done, I actually came in second when they did all the strength of schedule. I was second place, and I was like, hurrah! However, what they did do, though, is they went with top table. And that totally makes sense. The top table there was Tyler, who I had faced there with his Retribution, going up against Jeff, which I had faced on the first day with his Signar, and Tyler managed to beat Jeff. So Retribution took first, and then Jeff took second, and again, totally deserved, because not only was he on the top table, which I always agree with that default way of doing it anyway, where whoever loses on top table gets second, Jeff beat me anyway on the first day, so I have no claim to that second place. I'm totally happy with third. Got to kind of, actually come back and do fairly well. I was kind of down on myself. I was like, oh, my Signar, I haven't done very well in a while. And here I go. I'm up here. I got third, semi-second, and, started to feel good about what I had here. One of the things I can also say is that this Haley3 I had specifically made as a body and soul counter, and it's a horrible body and soul counter. So I'm going to be changing this one up. But either way, guys, thanks for watching. And if you're Advanced Maneuvers, where's my Rias versus Ashlyn at? So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.